Dallas Mavericks signed Dennis Schroder after watching him in EuroBasket 2022. The Dallas Mavericks brass is in Germany for group play at EuroBasket 2022. They showed up for Dirk Nowitzkis Jersey retirement and to watch superstar Luka Doncic lead the Slovenian national team as they look to defend their title, but those may not be the only reasons. Owner Mark Cuban, head coach Jason Kidd, general manager Nico and vice president of basketball operations Michael Finley were all there in person for Slovenia's win over Lithuania to open EuroBasket 2022, which was immediately followed by Dirk's Jersey retirement and Germany's impressive win over France. Nowitzki is the Mavericks' GOAT and currently a special advisor to Cuban, so nobody thought twice about them having a strong contingent at the game. Harrison and Finley were back in attendance for Germany's second game on Saturday, which prompted an eyebrow-raising tweet from ESPN's Tim McMahon. Here is a closer look at the message and what it could mean for all the parties involved. Germany kicked off the action on Saturday as they defeated Bosnia and Herzegovina on the back of another impressive performance by free agent guard Dennis Schroder, which promoted the following tweet from McMahon. Free agent PG Dennis Schroder had 18 points and 9 assists to lead Germany to a EuroBasket win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Among the courtside spectators, Mavs GM Nico and VP Michael Finley, who are in town to support Luka Doncic in Slovenia. Was the Mavericks brass just getting in an extra game during their trip to Germany, or were they courtside scouting Schroder? Dallas has an open roster, but owner Mark Cuban made it clear the team would prefer to leave it open. Does Schroder's recent performances with Germany, including soundly defeating Luka Doncic and Slovenia in World Cup qualifying, change that? Should the Dallas Mavericks be interested in Dennis Schroder? Are they? Will the Mavs sign him to round out their roster? Here is a closer look at those questions. The Mavs were at their best last season with 2 playmakers on the floor. It is why they inserted Jalen Brunson into the starting 5 and traded for Spencer Dinwiddie at the deadline. Going small, spacing the floor, and having a second playmaker on the floor were key ingredients in the Mavericks' recipe for making the conference finals. Dallas lost Jalen Brunson to the Knicks in free agency this summer, and they have failed to find a replacement. The front office upgraded the front court by trading for Christian Wood and signing JaVale McGee, but the Mavs desperately need another ball handler and playmaker to round out their roster. Dallas only has 14 players under contract, but they are well over the luxury tax as Luka Doncic's max extension kicks in. Cutting players is much costlier for owner Mark Cuban, which is why the team values the in-season flexibility of leaving it open, but Dennis Schroder is still a free agent. He was a finalist for 6th Man of the Year in 2020 and turned down a 4-year deal worth $84 million from the Lakers in 2021. His talent is unquestionable, and he is displaying it for the German national team after a down season in the NBA. Schroder is the best available free agent on the market at this moment. The Dallas Mavericks should be interested because he fills a need, improves their overall talent, and can be acquired on a veteran minimum deal to round out their roster. Nothing in the NBA happens by coincidence. Fans saw World Wide Wes, Allen Houston, and Julius Randle at the Mavericks' playoff opener against the Jazz, and a few months later the Knicks signed Jalen Brunson and tried to trade for Donovan Mitchell. If there is smoke, then there is fire in this league. McMahon's tweet should be all fans need to prove that there is a bit of smoke here. There have been mixed rumors about the Mavs' interest in Schroder in recent months. Remember, he had to settle for the taxpayer mid-level exception last summer after the free agent market dried up and Schroder was traded from the Celtics to the Rockets at the deadline. Dallas could have acquired him both times but decided against it. Nico and Michael Finley watched each of his first 2 EuroBasket games in person, so they are at least scouting the 6'3" guard and questioning his fit on the Mavericks. Luka Doncic makes everyone around him better, and Dallas could let Schroder run the second unit. Would the 28-year-old be happy coming off the bench and playing under 30 minutes per game? Dennis Schroder has to accept a sixth-man role, playing 28 minutes each night for the partnership to work out. The Dallas Mavericks have some level of interest, but will they sign him? This is an impossible question to answer. For what it is worth, the Mavericks signed Frank Ntilikina last summer after he helped France finish second in the Olympics. The French prince struggled during his time in New York, but his role with his national team confirmed that Ntilikina was best suited as a 3-and-D wing to maximize his potential. Dennis Schroder is a veteran ball handler with the quickness to get to the rim and finish inside. Spence Dinwiddie proved last season that type of player can thrive playing next to Luka Doncic and leading the second unit in head coach Jason Kidd's offense. Dinwiddie figures to fill Brunson's role, with Schroder potentially filling Dinwiddie's. The question lies with Dennis Schroder. He wanted to be a starter for the Lakers in the 2020-2021 season. Would the 6'3" guard embrace being the Mavericks' sixth man and being the third playmaker behind Doncic and Dinwiddie? Schroder proved he can thrive in that role during the 2020 season as the Thunder surprisingly made the playoffs in their lone season with Chris Paul. Will the Dallas Mavericks sign Dennis Schroder before training camp? Only time will tell, but he fills a need, and the 6'3" guard is still a free agent. It is a logical fit. That does mean a deal gets done, but it is something to watch closely in the weeks ahead.